done that, have you guys created your own vision statements for yourself of where you want to see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years? We are going to talk today about values and a mission statement as well. So if you were to see yourself as a company, what is your vision? Okay. Oh, so everyone's confused about the ISUM, did the Netbank, did the shoot? Oh, okay. Okay. So guys, let's quickly have a chat. So the first case study that I gave you was about the sushi bar case study. So that was in the LAC session from last week. Not last week, sorry, the week before. That was that first LAC session that we did. You guys had to do the sushi bar case study. The ICE activity that you guys had to do was on Netbank. Okay, so that was on that you will see it almost looks like a test paper. So that was the one where you had to go and identify Netbank as a sustainable organization. So I'm thinking that when I see you guys again next week, we can go through the answers that you guys have. So let me quickly check when you guys have a LAC session again. Sorry, let me just quickly grab my timetable. Yes, so Monique, remember the ICE tasks, not all the students are registered yet. Hi, Musa. I want to talk to you, Musa. So I'll talk to you a bit later. So guys, remember that the LAC sessions, I have to give you, with the LAC sessions, I have to give you activities to do. I can't just let you guys into the big wide world and not give you anything to really do. So the first activity that I gave you in the LAC session was the sushi bar, and then the Netbank one was the actual ICE activity. So the reason why it's only due in April, the 15th of April, is because not all the students are registered yet. So I can't say that the ICE is due now, okay? But test week is from, let me quickly double check. Test week is from the 12th of April. So obviously, sorry guys, I just want to quickly get your timetables. I want to go through all my timetables. Yeah, test week is from the 12th of April. So if you're writing a test and you get one of these questions, you can't obviously leave the ICE until the 15th. So that's why I want you to go and do that ICE activity on Netbank. How is Netbank a sustainable organization? We did a similar one last week in class about Vodacom. So like I said yesterday, I mean, that's on easy 10 or 15 marks. That's more or less what this type of question will count. And you just have to read through the case study. First of all, define what is a sustainable organization. And then secondly, say how is Netbank a sustainable organization? Okay. Okay, I'll go. Do I only have one submission because I've submitted, but might want to add more. Oh, okay, shame, Alka. Yeah. So I don't think what I can do is I can remove you. I don't think I put an amount of attempts on it. So you are more than welcome to submit again. The only thing is I want you guys to do it now as a practice for the test. But I'm not gonna, the due date isn't now because we can't exclude students who are not yet registered. If a student is not registered, they can't get onto VC Learn. So it will be unfair towards them. Okay. So guys, also remember that there are going to be 8 ICE tasks in total. So 6 of them will be on VC Learn. So that does mean that there will be another ICE task that is due by the 15th of April. After the 15th of April, I think the next one is due by middle of May, and then the other 2 will be due by the first week in June. Okay, so there are 3 dates. 6 of them will obviously be on VC Learn, so that equates to 2 ICE tasks that you have to do. So guys, I want to encourage you to use your LAC sessions for your ICE tasks. I mean, you guys have that 2 hours to I can't say to do whatever you want. But you have those 2 hours that are set aside per module. So you are more than welcome to then to, do these eyes. Okay, so Vianney, let me quickly show you guys where it is. Let me just share my VC Learn with you. Okay. Okay, guys, so where I put it is if you go under more resources, and then you go to LAC sessions. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me just quickly go back. Okay, so there it is. So it's under ICE activities and then LAC Learning Unit 2. Let me know if you guys can see this. I'm not sure. Let me just quickly check what's happening. Okay, so it is so you can, so what I've done, let me just quickly go, because remember guys, I do have another functionality than what you guys do. So if I go into yours, more resources, ICE activities, here's the exam that you need to do. Okay, quickly try now. Monique Vianney, I have opened it. So quickly see if you can access it now. So this is about NetBank. Okay, so it's question 7. This one, okay, that you have to do for ICE. So guys, this actually counts 30 marks. Okay, this was part of an exam paper, but it counts 30 marks, which is quite an easy 30 marks because it's not work that you must have studied, if I can say it like that. As long as you know what a sustainable sustainable organization is, you can name things out of the case study, and really anything in the case study you can use. Okay, so guys, quickly see if you can access it now. So where do you submit? You click on LAC Learning Unit 2. So I want you guys to actually do it in a Word document. Browse your local files and then submit. Okay, more than welcome to do it here. I don't think there's not another space where you guys can do it. Okay. So guys, have that cleared up the confusion a little bit? Okay, the actual, okay, so you're good. Okay, guys, what I've also done, let me just quickly show you, if I just share my screen with you again. What I've also done, it is under announcements. Under announcements, it's this one. So first ICE task. Okay, this one, it's also here. So I just have copied the exam here as well. So you're more than welcome to open it from here. Okay, so it's question 7. Okay, of the exam of 2019 that I want you guys to do. Okay. If you haven't started with it yet, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Like I said to you guys last week as well, is I'm going to give you guys, when I see you next week, I'm also going to give you some practice questions. So I want us to do a part of a chapter, and then I want to give you some practice questions. So the practice questions will be from Learning Unit 1, and Learning Unit 2, Learning Unit 3, but I'm obviously going to start with Learning Unit 1. But you will have your textbook right next to you. So I want you guys to work through those questions because I want to get you guys used to writing under exam conditions again and just having, 5 or 10 minutes to answer a question. Not like last year where you had a take-home test and a take-home exam and you could really do it for a certain amount of time. There wasn't really a time limit on it. Okay. Okay, guys, do you have any more questions that you guys maybe have, or anything else that you guys want me to maybe clear up as well? Musa, the student said to me yesterday that you are the class rep. So some of the students had asked yesterday if there was a WhatsApp group. If there's not a WhatsApp group, can you please open one? I don't know if you guys have from yesterday to today have opened a WhatsApp group yet, or started a WhatsApp group. If you haven't, Musa, yeah, the students did tell me that you are the class rep. So then can I please ask you to just start a WhatsApp group and with all the students' numbers, okay? And then Musa, I'll also, if I have anything important to let you know, so I'll speak to you, I'll send you an email when I'm done with class. And then if I have anything important that I want to let you know, then I can just, contact you directly to try and get it out to the class as soon as possible. Guys, so I do, okay, so I do put everything, any information that I think I want you guys, or I want you guys to know on to the announcements. And I also make sure that announcement is sent to your email address. So please go on to your VC Connect email address. Last year, I had students that went like, what? And we have an email address? Like, is that a thing? Like, we didn't even know that we have a VC Connect email address. And when I asked them to log into it, I had like over 500 emails that I didn't read. Okay. So please go onto your VC Connect email address as well. Or I know some students prefer to link their VC Connect email address with their personal email. You're more than welcome to do that as well. If you're struggling with it, you just go to IT. They will be able to help you with that. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's officially start class today. Let me just quickly share my screen with you. So I'm just going to go over what we did yesterday, and then we can continue. Let me just quickly see what, I just want to share my screen. Okay, so guys, we started with strategic direction yesterday. We said that it is important for the company to know where they are going. I used the example of us going on a road trip. So as a class, we decide, let's say we decided we want to go to Cape Town. Okay. When you decide on the strategic direction of the company, you can't have one person want to go to Bloemfontein, one person wants to go to Uppington, one person wants to go to Durban. You need to get your company to buy in to your vision and your mission of your company. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to actually reach your vision and mission. You might have people that are sabotaging you indirectly by just not buying into the type of company that you want to create. So strategic direction says, what are we going to do to get where we want to go? So I said, remember, we have the 4 pillars. If I talk about the 4 pillars, it's your vision, mission, values, as well as the strategic intent. So we've spoken about strategic intent yesterday. We said that, remember, sometimes some companies have a vision, mission, they have their values and strategic intent. Other companies kind of combine them. So like Vodacom, they only have a credo. So credo is, a combination of your mission, your purpose. Other companies don't have a mission statement, they have a purpose statement. So it does differ from company to company, but it's more just the wording that really differs. Okay, so we looked at, and I just had this as an introduction, what is a mission, a vision, and strategic intent, because I really want you guys to know the difference between those 3 things. We spoke about strategic intent and the strategic fit, how we sometimes need to stretch, because remember, we have that gap between where we want to be or want to go, where we see ourselves, versus the resources that are currently at our disposal. So sometimes we need to rework, reconfigure our resources, our capabilities to be able to get to our vision in 5 or 10 years. Okay. Okay, so we spoke about that. I asked you guys to look at these 5 companies, and we also looked at some of the things that how can they allocate their resources to, for instance, have some customer satisfaction in return for short-term profits. So how can they forego short-term profits in return for customer satisfaction? So vision statements was like my little joke that I had of Vision, who's from Avengers. Okay, so vision statement, guys, we said we need to answer the question, who are you, where are you going, and what is your guiding principles? Okay, we looked at vision, and then we stopped. So I spoke about the different types of visions that companies have. We also looked at bad vision statements that is just so long. And I did say to you guys that sometimes companies kind of confuse a vision with a mission statement. Okay, so remember, vision statements are very, very short. It's just a sentence. It's very rarely anything more than a sentence. We also spoke about debt yesterday, and so I said to you guys, I'll go and get you some, just some nice fun facts that you can share over a braai with your friends, you know, just something you can, some of your 30 seconds facts that you can use. So guys, at the moment, so the average income in South Africa from 2020 to 2021 is 14,000 Rand a month. So after taxes and any expenses that the company might deduct from your salary, people only get about 11,000 Rand out. Okay, so at the moment, on average, so guys, on average, what I mean of that is, remember, some people don't have any debt. Okay, other people have huge amounts of debt. So on average, every person in South Africa is spending 63% of their income after tax on repaying debt. Okay, so if there's someone that doesn't have any debt, that means that there's someone else that are spending 70 to 80% of their income on repaying debt. So guys, that means that you haven't even put petrol into your car. You haven't bought groceries. You haven't paid your utilities, so electricity and water. You have literally spent 63% of your income on debt. Okay. So, and then I also looked at what type of loans so that people have, or accounts, that are not paid. So these are typical accounts that have not been paid for 3 months or more. Remember, in 2020, a lot of companies gave bank holidays. So what that means is that for 3 months or 2 months or whatever the term was, you didn't have to, for instance, pay back your home loan, or you can either pay at a reduced rate, but that does mean that eventually you now need to pay the amount that you didn't pay. You need to pay that back. Okay, if you had a bank holiday for 3 months, which means you didn't pay your home loan for 3 months, you now need to pay that additional amount back somewhere. So at the moment, the article that I read, they said banks are quite aggressive in terms of trying to get that money back from people who took those bank holidays. Banks are very scared to hand out any form of loans at the moment. And that does mean that people sometimes go for unsecured loans. So that can be with providers that are not necessarily registered. And that is quite scary because those interest rates are extremely high. So some of the loans or accounts that were in, that were behind for more than 3 months. Biggest one, clothing accounts, 34%. So 34% of clothing accounts have not been paid in the next 3 months. Okay, home loans are at 7.8% of home loans were not paid for more than 3 months. So guys, 4 out of 5 households actually said that COVID impacted their income negatively. Remember, there were a lot of retrenchments and on average, the income shrunk with about 49.5%. So that's about half. Okay, people's income shrunk during 2020 just because people were either retrenched or their company said, you know what, we can't afford to give you your full salary. You can work 3 out of the 5 days, and then we are going to reduce your salary as well. Okay, so guys, moving on to today, we are going to look at a mission statement. So remember, we have our vision statement. So our vision statement looks specifically of where we see ourselves one day. Where do we want to be? It's a dream that we have. Okay. Mission statement is our reason for existence. Okay, so why are we here? Why do we have this company? So it is a written declaration. Mission statements are not in the air. Okay, it normally appears in boardrooms or in receptions, for instance. It's a declaration of the organization's core purpose and their focus. So a mission statement, so a vision statement forms the basis of your mission statement. So vision statement, where are we going? We need to know where we're going before we can actually determine what we are doing here. Okay. A vision is for the long-term view. So remember, it's a dream. It's 5 to 10, 20, 30, 50 years from now. But your mission statement can change over time. It won't change a lot, but it can change with environmental conditions. Remember, the buzzword these days is corporate social responsibility, environmental sustainability. So sometimes you need to change your mission statement, especially if the company is aiming to be more environmentally sustainable. You can change your mission statement to kind of incorporate anything new that the company is doing. If the company is also expanding its product lines or its type of businesses that it has, then your mission statement can also include those businesses. So it is a lot more concrete than a vision, but just as a vision, it also needs to be inspiring. It needs to be unique to the organization and also stakeholders. So you can't copy someone else's mission statement. Okay, we can't randomly say that, ooh, I like this mission statement. This company's mission statement sounds very nice to me. Let me somebody use their mission statement as well. Okay. Then also stakeholders can also provide an input. So some companies choose to include their employees as well as their stakeholders. So for instance, their suppliers, sometimes customers as well. You can maybe run a competition where you can have a new mission statement that was created by some of your customers. So you can also use them or include them in the development of your mission statement. Remember, like we said yesterday, though, if you have that you are going to require strong leadership, especially if you ask a lot of people for their opinion, because they are going to feel like their idea of a mission statement is more important than, for instance, someone else's idea of a mission statement. Okay. So also your mission statement, it should be formal, it should be a detailed plan, and it can be based on uncertain forces. Remember, we are thinking ahead. We're not creating a mission statement for tomorrow. So you need to think ahead of how the world will change. If we have an artificial intelligence company, we can say something like, we are producing robots for the future, or we are creating intelligence for the future. So it can be based on something that is not yet available. Okay. And then obviously from your mission statement, we can then create our strategies for the organization. Okay, so vision statements very far into the future. Our mission statement is why are we here? It is a little bit closer. It's not that far into the future. It is you can changeable, so you can change your mission statement from today to, let's say, the next 5 years. You can tweak it here and there, and then obviously you can use it to develop strategies. So guys, the content of a mission statement. So what is actually included in a mission statement? So what I've done here for you, I just put this in like additionally, what I thought is important that can come into a mission statement, just so that you're not confused when you get a question like identify the mission statement of a company. Okay. So it can answer questions like, why is this organization in business? We are in business to do good, okay, to help the environment. What are our economic goals? What is our operating philosophy in terms of quality, our image? What are our core competencies and our competitive advantage, okay? What customers do and can we serve? So what customers are we currently serving, and what customers can we, for instance, serve in the future? And how are our responsibilities viewed by shareholders, employees, community, competitors? Remember, that's our stakeholders. So how are our responsibilities viewed towards our stakeholders? Okay. So guys, obviously you need to answer these questions if you want to draw up a successful mission statement. Okay, so when you draft a mission statement, you can actually answer those questions one by one. Mission statements needs to be clear. You don't want to confuse your customers or your suppliers. If they are reading your mission statement, they need to understand why this company is in business. So it basically answers what, by when, what are we doing, and by when do we want to achieve it. It does evolve with time. Remember I said can sometimes change. You can tweak your mission statement, especially if something in the environment changes. Needs to be measurable. Remember, that's also a keyword. Strategies, a vision, a mission statement. You need to be able to measure it to see if you are actually on the right track. We said yesterday that if you're driving to Cape Town, one of us will definitely have a GPS to make sure that we are on the right road. Okay. We can't just randomly get in the car and drive and then end up in Polokwane. Okay. So one of us need to follow a GPS. They need to measure if we are on track to actually get to Cape Town. And it is others focused. So it is stakeholder focused. It is not organization focused. A vision is more organization focused, about where we want to be. But a mission statement is focused on our stakeholders. It talks about what product we are producing, what customer we are targeting. So it does look outside of the organization. Okay. So guys, if we look at just some facts about mission statements in South Africa. So luckily, which is a good thing, 90% of businesses in South Africa, let me just quickly check, sorry, I saw someone said something. Okay. So I'll speak about the ICE task a bit later on. I'll talk about the ICE task. So guys, if we continue with our slides. Okay, so 90% of businesses in South Africa actually have a vision and a mission statement. And this is important because that means that these businesses know where they are going. Okay. Then 5% of businesses are still busy formulating a vision and a mission, which means only 5% of companies don't have either, which is a bit scary. It's like us getting into the car and we don't really know where we're going, okay, or how we're actually going to physically get there. So most of your vision and mission statements are relatively short. Remember I said when you have a long, especially a long vision statement, you are going to confuse people with what you're trying to achieve. Vision and mission statements were generally not older than 5 years, and that is that change that comes in. Remember, you can change your mission statement. Sometimes vision statement, if companies were going in one direction and they realize, no, let's rather change direction a bit. They can change their vision, but they can maybe slightly tweak a vision statement. It's very rare that you'll find a company that were going in the one direction and then completely changes their direction. But mission strategic planning tool. So guys, yesterday we looked at Tesla, Nike, Patagonia. Remember, Patagonia was the case study that we did in chapter 2, then IKEA and TED Talk. So you guys will see how your vision statement relates to a mission statement. Okay, so if you look at Tesla, for instance, Tesla says to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. And I said it was actually a nice words that they've used. So accelerate, remember they are creating cars. What do cars do? They accelerate. Okay. Their mission statement says to create the most compelling car company of the 21st century by driving, so once again, very smart use of words, driving the world's transition to electric vehicles. Okay. Once again, we are looking at the outside. So they're talking about what they want to be. They want to be, why are they in business? They want to be the most compelling car company, and they are driving the world, which is our customers, transition to electric vehicles. Okay. If we look at Nike, so Nike said that a very short vision statement. They said, bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world, with a little asterisk. So if you have a body, you are an athlete. Okay. And then if you look at their mission statement, so they said they create groundbreaking sports innovations. Look at the keywords. So all of the words that they are using in their vision and mission statement is very powerful words. So innovation, making our products sustainably. So it sustainably talks about looking at the environment. They build a creative and a diverse global team. Once again, we're looking at the outside, and they make a positive impact in communities where we live and work. So guys, once again, looking at the outside, they are talking about how they are sustainable because they want to make a positive impact in communities. Then guys, for instance, if we look at IKEA, so that their vision was very short and sweet. They just said create a better everyday life for many people. Okay. Then they said they offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing products at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford it. Okay, so they are talking here about inclusion. Remember the powerful words again. They have well-designed, they have functional, prices that are so low so that people can afford it. Okay, so they are really looking at a low-cost strategy. Remember we spoke about low-cost versus differentiation strategies as well yesterday. So they are really focusing on a low-cost strategy here. So guys, what I want you to do is I quickly want you guys to go and look for me. So I'm going to divide you guys into groups. So I'm going to create a breakout room. And then I want you guys to just quickly go. I'm just going to divide you guys into 2 groups. So maybe I'm going to remove one of these so that I can have you guys into, let's remove Cadbury. Okay. So let me just quickly remove this one. So group 1, I want you guys to look at the vision and mission statement for Adidas and Builders Warehouse. And then group 2, I want you guys to look at Spar and Unilever. So quickly go and Google for me these two. These two companies. I'm going to give you like 10 minutes or so, and then when you guys are, and then we can talk about that afterwards. Okay, let me quickly get you guys into groups. Okay, so guys, in group 1 is Kaylin, Alka, Gareth, and Megan. And then into group 2 is Musa, Devin, and Lechlogonolo. So quickly, so group 1, you guys are going to do Adidas and Builders. Group 2, you guys are going to do Spar and Unilever.